Hey, Alex, how are you going? The wedding is just around the corner. Are you excited?
Who's bothering me at this time of the night? Yo, it's you. Rebecca's mom, isn't it? I bet you're over the moon about your daughter being able to marry someone who can actually take care of himself. Even a normal girl would have trouble chatting to a guy like me, but yours managed to snatch me up.
Well, yes, I guess. Rebecca has a good eye for men. Must be evidence that I've raised her right.
You raised her? While we have the chance to talk, I'd like to ask a favor of you. After Rebecca and I marry tomorrow, I want you to get your face out of the picture. You aren't necessary anymore.
Huh? What do you mean?
Look, I know you're her mom and everything, but look at the situation. She's a grown woman now. She doesn't need mommy to look after her anymore. If I'm a lucky guy, she'll be the mommy looking after someone. Face it, at some point you had to stop putting her in diapers, right? Now you have to stop clinging on to her.
I guess you do have a point.
Secondly, I need time to revert the bad habits you've instilled in her childhood.
What? What are you talking about?
Look, don't get me wrong, you've done a pretty good job. There's not a lot of girls that turn out semi-decent after being raised in a house with a single parent. But surely even you must realize the situation here.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Let's face it, a man needs to do his share in raising the child. Your man wasn't there. Not only that, look at our backgrounds. We may as well be from different universes. I'm from a strong, prestigious family, a long lineage of high achievers, abundance in wealth, and lavishing looks. Then we've got Rebecca, a nice girl with a face that's not hard to look at, certainly not the best. The most troublesome thing that sticks out about her is her upbringing. She's nowhere near my level in that department. Think of how people are going to look at us. It's embarrassing.
I think that's just some twisted thinking that only you are worried about. No one actually cares about that type of thing.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. It's that type of ignorant way of thinking that I know that you've infected Rebecca with. It just shows you clearly have no common sense, and the chances that Rebecca is the same way are arguably high. Just do us a favor and don't butt into our marriage. The moment we're recognized in the eyes of God, I want you out of the picture. You got that?
Hey Luz, how are you? Sorry to bother you at this time of night. Mary, it's good to hear from you. I was just about to message you about something I'm worried about. You wouldn't happen to know anything about Rebecca, do you? There's really something I'm worried about. I've tried ringing her and she hasn't been picking up. Actually, that's exactly why I'm messaging you right now. I don't think she has access to any forms of communication with the outside. She's stuck in that house. What do you mean? It's Alex. He's basically treating her as his prisoner. He's doing what? Yeah, he's doing whatever he can to make sure the wedding happens. It seems Rebecca has been showing signs that she's not too eager to make this commitment to him. This is insane! What's happened to that man? Up until now, he's been so polite and reasonable with me. Now he's putting me down and telling me to stay out of their marriage. He's got some strange hatred for single-parent families. It's really bizarre. It seems Alex is not the man that we thought he was. He must have changed ever since he started dating Rebecca. To think that Rebecca was actually kidnapped! Mary, we can't let this slide by. We have to do something. This definitely warrants contacting the authorities. In fact, I might hang up to call them right now. Wait, hold on, Lucy. Just don't do that yet. Why not? There's something that Rebecca wanted me to tell you. Do you have some time for me to meet you? Of course I do, but we better make this quick. I don't want my daughter suffering any more than she has to. Don't worry, Luce. I'm heading there straight away. Good morning, Alex. Today is the big day. I hope you managed to prepare yourself for the commitment you'll be making. I'm just contacting you to let you know that I've arrived at the reception, except there's something I'm very worried about. Ever since yesterday, I haven't been able to get in contact with Rebecca. It's preying on my mind. You wouldn't happen to know anything, would you?
Wait, what the hell? Firstly, why are you contacting me? Secondly, why are you at the wedding?
I don't understand.
Didn't you get the picture yesterday? You're not part of this family anymore. Rebecca's ties to you are now severed.
Excuse me? Did you not say that it was after the wedding? She still shares my last name. Besides that, she's still my daughter. I have every right to be here. In fact, it's my duty to be here. Regardless of what you think about single parents, I'm still her mother.
Keep talking, old lady. You aren't her mother for long. In fact, you aren't even her mother today. She has a new family that's replacing you.
What are you talking about? Enough with this stupid attitude of yours.
It seems you really can't understand. The idea of marrying someone who's only got one parent is revolting to me. Even if Rebecca is a decent girl. I found a great replacement family. Your role as a mother is now finished. Go home and rethink your life. You'll need a hobby now that you're all alone.
What are you talking about? A replacement family?
Haven't you heard? They now have services where someone can pretend to be anything you want them to be. People are hired to be someone's partner or maybe a sibling. In this case, I got a whole family to cover up for your mistake. It costs me quite a lot of money, so you should be thanking me that I didn't get you to pay for half of it.
You did what? I don't know who you hired, but that's not her real family. They have no right to be there.
You don't get to decide that anymore. Just accept what's going on and leave. Trust me, there is nothing you can do to stop this. You may as well face the facts and readjust yourself as soon as possible.
No, Alex. This is preposterous. I am not going to accept something this stupid. By the way, you still haven't answered me. Where is my daughter? I can't contact her.
There's a reason you can't contact her. Check your inbox with her in about 2 seconds, and you'll know why.
I got a message from her. Hold on. This isn't right. Why would she tell me to leave?
God, you are slow. Do you really think that's her?
Wait a minute. I see what's going on. You actually took her phone, didn't you?
Wow, you must be Sherlock Holmes or something. How did you guess that one?
Ha ha ha. Why do you have her phone? Do you realize people are worried about her?
I had no choice. She was becoming a bigger headache by the second. As the wedding was approaching, we had numerous amounts of fights. These weren't over why I didn't shut the toilet seat or something stupid like that. They were very heated arguments and emotional fights. The days went by and we gradually stopped talking to each other. Every hour of the day was silent. Until she came out of nowhere saying that she doesn't want to do this wedding. She's not ready for this commitment with me.
After what I've seen of you lately, I can't blame her. That's the right decision for her. You're a nasty, judgmental man.
Oh, shut your mouth. You don't get to insult me. You're just some lowly single parent. The nerve of you to call me something like that. You should be thanking me for raising her to a higher status.
In what world would I be thanking you for ripping my daughter away from me?
This is what every miserable girl dreams of doing. Finding a man that can take her away from the dullness of her life. I'm doing her a favor and some part of you must know it.
Even if, objectively, this is the best thing for her, she is still saying no. You can't force her to marry you if she doesn't want to.
Okay then, suppose she doesn't marry me. How does that make me look? My reputation is now tarnished because some lowly girl decided to reject me. I'd rather marry the disrespectful cow than have her change the way people view me.
Are you actually that petty? Do you think people care about you that much? I think you need to get over yourself. You aren't the most important thing in the world.
I am getting tired of talking to you. Will you just leave this wedding already? You aren't welcome here.
You know what? I've had enough too. I'll be going now. In fact, I'll be going and I'll be taking someone else with me.
What do you mean taking someone else? You're the only one I don't want at this wedding. Everyone else can stay.
No, there's someone else coming with me. Very soon you're going to find out who it is. Mary, now is the time. Get out of here now. Is everything prepared? You're all finished now? Good to hear. Come straight outside, and there should be a red car waiting for you. Get inside. Will do. Is Rebecca with you? Safe and sound. Nothing to worry about. Right. I'll see you soon.
Hey, what the hell is going on here? Where's Rebecca? She is nowhere to be seen.
I was wondering how long it would take for you to contact me. Looks like everything is going according to plan.
What plan? Tell me what's going on. Is this some stupid MTV prank? I am not laughing. Get everyone back here right now.
Oh, so I see that everyone's left the ceremony as well. That's good to hear.
Explain this already. You don't know what I'm capable of if I get any more angrier than this.
Calm down, Napoleon. Use your head a little bit. You should be able to put the pieces together.
Just before, you said you were leaving with 2 people, didn't you? Who was that second person?
That was my daughter.
There's no way she could have left the room. I had it guarded.
Just who do you think put the guard there in the first place?
I was the one that chose it. It was this girl, Mary.
Looks like you don't know Rebecca at all. Can you tell me who Rebecca's best friend is?
Could it be anyone else apart from me?
Oh, you honestly think you're the center of the world. Grow up already. Mary is Rebecca's best friend. They've known each other ever since they were in elementary school. The fact that you don't know something as basic as that is really embarrassing. Just what do you know about my daughter anyway?
You stupid old cow. There's nothing remotely interesting about your daughter for me to want to get to know her. Wait till my family hears about this.
Don't worry, they know everything that's happened. They're all in full agreement for Rebecca leaving you.
Like hell they are.
Who do you think helped me suspend the wedding in the first place? If I didn't get their agreement, everyone would still be sticking around there.
They were the ones that suspended it? Why would they do that?
You're an embarrassment to them. Kidnapping a girl against her own will? It's despicable.
Those backstabbers, how could they side with you over their own son? Fine, screw you all. I've had enough of you people anyway. At least I don't have to marry your insolent daughter. On top of that, you guys can pay for all the damages from this wedding.
Us pay? Where is that notion coming from?
I am not letting this slide. I paid a lot of money for this wedding. I don't care if you're broke, single mother, you're the reason why this wedding isn't happening. You can pay back every single penny I used and more. I'll have you crawling on the streets looking for money.
Rebecca really did dodge a bullet by not marrying you. Bark all you want, but you won't be getting a cent from me.
This is all some big joke, right? I must be in some sort of bad dream because this can't be real.
What are you talking about, Alex?
Are you actually the CEO of the company I'm working for? Aw, tell me this is some sort of lie.
You've got that right. I'm your new boss.
How and why is this happening? How could you be my new boss?
It's quite a long story, so listen well. It was actually my former husband who was the one that was meant to be the new CEO. He has a long record of achievements and was quickly elected to be the next CEO. Unfortunately, he's been battling an illness for quite some time now. In his current condition, it wouldn't be appropriate for him to be the CEO.
I understand that much, but why would that make you the CEO instead of someone else?
There was another potential candidate that were considered for the role. They were some good people, too. Great potential to do things for this company. Unfortunately for them, though, I also had a line of great successors for this company. My track record made me the unequivocal best candidate for this role.
This is too insane to believe. I thought you were just some broken down woman that couldn't hold onto her marriage. I didn't even know that you had a job, let alone in the same consulting company as mine.
There's a lot that you have underestimated about me. Not just the fact that I am a woman that focused on her career. For starters, I had a happy marriage with my husband. We barely had any disputes with each other. In fact, we were so alike that we predicted it would cause problems for our marriage later along the line.
What are you talking about? If you didn't have any problems, why would you get a divorce in the first place?
It's the way we lived our lives. For better or worse, my former husband is a workaholic. I am also a workaholic. We decided that it would be best for both of us if we separated paths and focused on our work individually. That way, we couldn't each get in each other's way.
That sounds like a really inefficient family structure. Why would you separate if you had a daughter to raise?
Despite being divorced, my husband did do his duty in raising our daughter. Our main goal is building financial prosperity. Our daughter understood that and still got the attention she needed. There's never been a complaint from her side. We go on a family vacation about 5 times a year. You'd be surprised how stable this family structure is.
Honestly, this all sounds really stupid to me. I still can't believe that you're the CEO.
Thank you for reminding me. As the CEO, I have something to address. I know you've been tampering with the company's expenses.
Wait, what? I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's no point in lying, Alex. I have a very detailed investigation into what you've been doing in this company. This isn't the type of conversation to be having over a messaging application. You'll be having a chat with the manager when you come into work on Monday. Oh, by the way, here's some advice. I'd clean out the things in your desk before they come to talk to you.
Oh, dear God. Is this actually happening right now? Oh, please, think this over. Do I really deserve this type of treatment? Think about my situation. My family has just disowned me. I can't rely on them anymore. Rebecca is gone, so I can't rely on her for emotional support. I am left on my own right now, which is fine. As long as I had my job, I knew I could make it through. But now you're actually thinking of firing me? Think about what I have to deal with right now.
People get fired over time and they still make it through life. I'm sure you'll find a way.
No, you don't understand, do you? Think about all the money I paid for that wedding. I'm still paying it off. How am I meant to pay the wedding off and still continue supporting myself? I don't need this right now. Surely we can come to some sort of agreement. What do you need? I'm sure Rebecca is distraught that our marriage has come to this. I can be the man that she needs me to be. Just don't fire me, please. I am begging you.
You've already shown me the type of man you are, Alex. I have to say, I am very disappointed. When we first met, you talked about your job and your background, so I thought you were a level-headed person. I had no issues in giving Rebecca away to you, but it's come to this and you've really shown your true colors. You went from being the best option for Rebecca to being the worst. I would rather a homeless man marry her over you.
Oh, I don't believe this. I need a way to make this work.
There is no hope for you, Alex. As I said, get your desk cleaned before the manager comes to talk to you. I'd like to fill your seat as soon as possible. From that point on, things didn't work out for Alex. Out of desperation, he tried every means he could to either not get fired or get back with Rebecca. Unfortunately, everything was for naught. After hearing every stupid suggestion he threw at me, I grew tired of him and finally blocked him. The onslaught didn't stop there. From written letters to my office to him actually appearing at the company again, I couldn't seem to get away from Alex. I decided to consult my husband on ways we could get rid of him permanently. My husband quickly suggested that he could employ him himself. That was a bait that Alex would bite into very quickly. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be as promising as Alex would have expected. Under the employment of my husband's company, Alex would be sent to a foreign country to work in a factory. From there, he would be slaving underneath my husband's eye, paying off his loan little by little. As my husband calculated, Alex wouldn't be finished paying off his loan for at least 30 years, which is more than enough time for Rebecca to get over him and for me to focus on my new role as CEO. With Alex out of the picture, Rebecca finally had time to herself to find a new partner. Only this time, she's making it her first priority to fully understand the man that she is with before she decides to marry him. I'm confident she won't make the same mistake as she made with Alex.
Hey, Olivia.
Hey, honey.
Do we still have almond milk in the fridge? I'm at the grocery store right now. I have the usual necessities in the cart already, but I can't remember if we have any almond milk.
We do, but since we're low, I think you should get another gallon.
Alright, thanks. I'll get some then.
Will?
Yeah?
There's something I want to talk to you about when you get home. It's important.
I think I know what this is about. You're trying to file a divorce with me, aren't you? How many times is this? Your third?
This time it's real. I know he's the one. I feel a strong connection with him whenever I think about him. It's like the universe is sending a message that we belong together.
Alright, tell me, who is it this time? Who did you fall in love with so fast that you want to divorce me? Who is this majestic man that the universe sent you?
It's your cousin?
What? Who? Which one? Lucas?
No, not Lucas. He's 10 years older than me. It's Oliver.
What? Oliver? Olivia, he is 13. He's in middle school. You can't date him, that's illegal.
What?
I know he's tall, so you might have thought he was 18, but he just became a teenager recently. You should know this. Remember the family barbecue? I thought you met him. Didn't he say that he was 13?
I don't know. I don't remember. All I know is the moment I saw him, I knew he was the one. He's so cute. Even our names sound familiar. Oliver and Olivia.
Oh, stop it. Even if you are joking, it is not funny. You're 26 and he's 13. I am not letting you anywhere near him.
Oh, come on. Don't ruin this moment. Why can't you be a cupid for us?
Oh my god, you're disgusting if you're being serious. Olivia, you can't date him. He's a minor and you're an adult. If you don't want to go to jail, you need to back off.
Fine. Maybe in 5 years, though? But I'll give up for now.
Jeez, you need to give up not only on my cousin, but trying to find a new husband. You have me, what is the problem?
I'm just tired of you, okay? You're boring. I need a man who can satisfy my needs, but you're barely doing anything. Now, if you will excuse me, I'm going to get back on the hunt for the right man for me. Will, it's time for our divorce. This time, it's really happening. I finally found the one. I've never felt connected to anyone so much in my entire life.
That's nice, despite the fact that I've heard you say the same thing multiple times about different people.
You don't get it, Will. This time, it's so legit that I even got the divorce papers with my signatures on it. I left it on the kitchen counter ready for you to sign them. You're going to take them to the public office after you sign them, okay? I don't have much patience in me to wait, so you better do it as soon as you come home today. Oh, and don't bother about claiming compensation because I don't need any of our properties. You can keep everything. That's fair, right? Okay, cool.
Oh dear, here we go again. I shouldn't even be surprised at this point now. Let me at least ask who it is that you're divorcing me for.
It's James. He's so handsome, and he's gorgeous green eyes. He's a real catch.
You mean James Miller? My best friend?
I swear, everyone you know is handsome and good-looking. You should become a Cupid since you know so many nice men. It could turn into a real business.
That is not funny. You know he has a fiancée, right? The two are high school sweethearts. You're not gonna ruin their marriage, okay? You can't date James.
What, are you jealous? You don't want your best friend to date me, do you? You're just making up that he's engaged. How cute.
Yeah, right. I am not lying, Olivia. He's engaged. And just so we're clear, the only reason why I would stop you from dating my best friend is because you're a psycho cheater.
Excuse me? I am not a cheater. I'm just trying to find the love of my life. I know he's out there somewhere.
What's the point of marrying me if you're not satisfied?
Well, I had to marry you in order to find out, okay?
That is not how marriage works, Olivia. Why can't you be committed to just one person?
How dare you try to give me a lecture on commitment? Do you know who you're talking to? You owe me. Don't you forget that. I'm going to marry James. Nobody's going to stop me.
Well, too bad because you can't. He's getting married soon.
You know what? It doesn't matter. James may not realize this now, but soon he'll find out that I'm the one for him. Actually, he already proposed to me. I was trying to hide it from you, but you seem to not take me seriously, so I'm just gonna spill it. If you're talking about him having a fiancé, that's me. I'm his fiancé.
What? What kind of daydreams are you having lately? I think you need a reality check.
You can't stop us from loving each other, okay? Now, I'm going to see my wonderful, soon-to-be husband. I'm finally free from you. Goodbye, Will.
Hey, James, where are you right now? I'm at my fiancé's parents' house in Florida. We're staying over there for the entire weekend. It is so nice out here. So much different than the cold, rainy weather in Seattle. Oh, good. You're not home. What? Is something going on? My wife, my crazy wife, just left to see you. She's on her way to your apartment. What? I told her that I'm engaged. I made it clear that I wasn't interested in her. I guess she didn't get the message. Did you maybe say something that might have given her the wrong impression by any chance? Well, yesterday we bumped into each other at the store. She asked me if I'd propose already, and I said yes because I thought she was talking about my fiancé. That's it. What? Olivia probably thought that you were talking about her. She misinterpreted what you told her. Oh man, I'm sorry about that, bro. I didn't mean to. I should have made it more clear so she understood. No, don't apologize. None of this is your fault. She does this all the time. She twists words and interprets them in a way that will sound good to her. Even if you had told her that you were engaged to your girlfriend, she probably ignored it entirely since she didn't want it to be true. She is in denial. I feel for you, bro. It must be hard to be with someone like that. I bet you can't even have a proper conversation. No offense. None taken. You're absolutely right. We need to do something about her. Look, I don't want to drag you into this, but I want you to tell your fiancé about this, and just be cautious, okay? You should be fine as long as you're in Florida, but once you come back, she might start stalking you. I'll try to handle the situation as much as I can before you come back, but just be safe. Okay, I'll do that. But don't worry about us too much. I'm worried about you, bro. You're the one who's married to her. Isn't this like her third time trying to pull something like this off? Yeah. First, it was our neighbor. Then, it was my 13-year-old cousin. And then it was you. Hey, what about you? You forgot to include yourself. What? You're part of the victim. She saw you as the one, and her loaded daddy, who's the CEO, used his power to make you agree to marry her. He donated a bunch of money to your dad's company, right? So you couldn't say no for an answer. You had to end your relationship at the time because of Olivia. Yeah, I guess you're right. And look at her now. She's wanting to divorce you already, after not even 2 years in the marriage. She's already looking into multiple men while still being married to you. She needs to learn that the world doesn't revolve around her. We can't let her get away with this. We need to protect our fellow men from her. I agree. I think it's about time, actually. I have been waiting to divorce her all this time, but couldn't because of the thing with her dad and mine. But things are gonna change now. Well, that's great. Yeah, I've been enduring this all this time, but I'm gonna stand up for myself now. I'm rooting for you, man. You've got this. If you need any support, you know who to call. I've got your back. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. And tell your fiancé I said hi. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Florida. Oh, will do.
Will, you are not going to believe what happened. James was being dishonest with me. He's a liar, a cheater, a player. He got married to another woman even though he proposed to me. Can you believe it? I've never felt so humiliated in my entire life.
Olivia, don't you remember? I told you he had a fiancé whom he's been dating since high school. You were never engaged to him.
What? No, that can't be true. He proposed to me. I remember it clearly. We bumped into each other at the store the other day and he proposed to me in the store.
Yeah, he told me. You asked if he had proposed yet, and he answered yes. He was talking about his fiancée, not you, Olivia. He even told you that he wasn't interested in you, but you just completely ignored that because you're delusional. You do this all the time. You nitpick what you want to hear and ignore anything that's against what you want.
No, I don't. You don't understand. Well, James broke my heart. He was the one for me and I was the one for him, and we were destined to be together, but he ruined everything.
Olivia, it is over. You need to stop making the same mistakes over and over again. You're hurting the people I care about.
He was my true love. Now I have no one. What am I going to do?
You should be worrying about your father, not about your love life.
What? Daddy? What are you talking about?
Haven't you seen the news? Your father has been arrested for embezzlement.
What? No way! Will, I just saw the news. I don't know what to say. I can't believe Daddy's in jail.
It's all over the media, isn't it? I'm surprised the paparazzi haven't shown up at the door yet. I'm sure they'd want to capture a scoop of you too, being the daughter of Ben Rhodes. You should be careful and think about how you act around outside. The last thing that you'd want is another report, this time written about how crazy you are as a socialite.
Will, there is something important I need to tell you. I can't believe it took me so long to realize that my true love was right in front of me all these years. You're the one, Will. You're my true love, the love of my life. I love you, Will. I don't love anyone else but you.
What? Are you kidding me? After all that you have put me through, you're telling me this?
I'm sorry it took me this long, okay? I just had to figure everything out for myself, for my life and my future, but now I know that you're the one for me. We belong to each other. I'm going home now. Our home. After I arrive, I'm going to show you how much you mean to me. Oh, and can you throw away the divorce papers? It seems like we don't need it anymore.
You can't be serious. It is too late, Olivia. I've turned in our divorce papers to the public office already.
What?
Do you know how many times you've repeated the same thing of cheating and coming back only to cheat again? I have had enough already. You've involved not only my best friend, but even my family, who's a minor, in this mess. You can't just change your mind about who you want to be with when you're already married. Marriage is about loyalty and commitment.
You know you can't leave me. Especially during this time when everything is going down with Daddy. Do you know how much money Daddy has donated to your father's small company? He helped you guys from getting bankrupt. You owe us.
Well, my father isn't the head of the company anymore.
What?
He gave up his position to someone else, so the company isn't ours.
That doesn't make any difference. You know that company's able to exist only because Daddy's been sending a bunch of donations every month.
Actually, the company's been independent from your father's for 3 months now. My father denied his donations after signing a contract with another company. It's a bigger company than your father's, so he couldn't win over my father. That's why I'm taking this as an opportunity to end things with you two. We're over.
I can't believe this is happening all this time. Why didn't you tell me something this important?
I tried, but you were too busy finding your true love. What's your issue? You're finally getting a divorce from your husband that you were so tired of. You told me that I was boring. Now you're free to find a new boyfriend. Anyways, I've turned in the papers already. Our divorce has been settled.
This isn't fair. What am I going to do without you?
Oh, you're on your own now. By the way, your mother has returned to her parents' home. It's good that she fled quickly before the paparazzi arrived. Because now, their neighborhood is filled with reporters and journalists. I wouldn't recommend going there if I were you.
Oh my god, I can't believe this.
Also, don't even try to come to our home since I won't be there. I moved out of our apartment as soon as I filed the divorce papers.
What? Where am I supposed to go then?
The apartment is yours. You can stay there. But I think you should check the news first. It looks like there are paparazzi there too.
Oh my god, why is this happening to me? I didn't do anything wrong. This isn't fair. I want my life back.
You're overreacting. You still have your inheritance from your father, don't you? If you don't want to deal with the paparazzi, you can hide yourself in a hotel room or something. Look, I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You and I are over.
How could you be so cold toward me after everything we've been through together? You're the love of my life, Will. I love you. I know I may not have been perfect, but I'm going to change. I just wanted to make friends. That's all. I'm still learning as a person.
I do not trust you. You've destroyed my trust so many times that I don't care what type of excuse you have. I know you won't change because we've had the same conversation multiple times. Olivia, I am tired of this. I don't want to be part of this mess that you always create. I am too old for this type of drama. I can't be with someone who can't be loyal or show any commitment.
I'm sorry, okay? I don't know why you're so angry with me when I haven't even cheated on you. I was approaching guys, that's it.
You shouldn't even be approaching guys in the first place when you're married. Also, I know you were cheating on me, so don't even try to deny it.
Excuse me?
Andrew Smith? Ring any bells?
What? How do you know him?
His wife reached out to me. Yeah, that's right. He had a wife. You two were having an affair, weren't you? She also gave me a bunch of proof, including photos of you guys walking into a hotel room and even screenshots of text messages.
I'm sorry. It was only a couple of times and I've already broken up with him. It was in the past, okay? I was stupid and I screwed up. Please forgive me.
I don't want to hear anything. I can't trust anything you say. I don't need to hear your cheap, fake apology. Olivia, stop trying because it is pointless. I've contacted my lawyer, and from now on, everything is going through court. You'll be hearing from them shortly. You will also be hearing from Andrew's wife's lawyer, too.
What?
This is it. We're over. Goodbye, Olivia.
No, I'm sorry. Please, don't go.
According to the news, it was Olivia's mother who leaked the information that her husband was embezzling. The married couple have not been getting along for many years. It turns out that Olivia's father has been cheating on his wife with many women. In order to get revenge, she decided to expose him for his crimes. Soon, she told the news outlet about his cheating and mistreatment of women. Olivia begged her mother to let her move in with her, but was denied. Growing up, Olivia has always been a troubled child. She's been arrested many times as a teenager, acting rebellious towards her mother. After learning about why she and I got divorced, her mother decided that she had had enough. She figured that Olivia's already a grown woman and cut her off completely. Olivia had no choice but to live on her own. She had enough money to not worry about expenses for several months and lived in a hotel. But soon, she ran out of money after paying an enormous amount of compensation for the damages she created. Olivia tried to find men on dating apps and would date men only for their money. One day, an article was written about her past, revealing her troubles during her teenage years, and about how she destroyed our marriage. people started to recognize her in public, and no one wanted to date her. Her social reputation was ruined. I guess that's what you get for using and playing around with people's emotions. Justice has been served.
Hello, Alice. Do you have a moment? I'd like to speak to you about something. Hi, Barbara. What is it? Can I help you with anything? You live in the big building by the train station, don't you? That's right. The big tower block. Can I ask a couple of questions? There's an apartment for sale there and we're thinking of moving. Are there any other families living there whose kids go to the same kindergarten as our daughters? Actually, yes. I sometimes meet other moms who have kids at that kindergarten. It's very convenient. There's a children's play area out in the communal area here, and our kids often play together there in the evenings. Oh, really? That's very interesting. Thank you for letting me know. Like I said, we're in the process of buying one of the apartments there. It'll be nice to have some families around with children my daughter can play with. Oh, I hope everything goes smoothly. It would be nice to have you close by. Thank you. Yes, I'm currently very busy with all the preparations for the move. I'll look forward to seeing more of you in the future then. Yes, it sounds great. Hey, Timothy, I have a question. Are there any apartments for sale in our building right now? Hey, why do you ask? I got a message today at one of the moms at Grace's kindergarten saying they were thinking of moving here. Or they're buying an apartment here or something? That's a bit strange. Why would she be messaging you about it? I don't know. I think she must have heard from another mom that we live here. We're not especially good friends or anything. And it's not like Grace is close with her daughter either. She said they'd be moving in soon and she's looking forward to living near us. It was weird. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that's about. I did hear that empty apartment on the 10th floor was finally sold a couple of months ago. Do you think she could be talking about that? I'm not sure. It seemed like she hadn't moved yet. And I thought the apartment on the 10th floor already had people living there. You haven't heard of anyone who's planning to move soon or anything? Not that I recall. Right. That's what I thought too. I wonder if she's made a mistake and she means another building around here. Maybe her information is wrong. I think that's the only explanation. Yeah, there's a possibility the person she asked got mixed up between me and another mom. I mean, if you're not such good friends with her, she probably made a mistake. That's a big kindergarten, isn't it? There are a lot of kids there. That's true. I think there's even another little girl named Grace in the class above. So they could be thinking of that little girl's family. I guess you'll find out when she moves. If she somehow turns up in our building, we'll definitely know about it. I guess so. I'll let you know if I hear any more about it. Hi, Alice. How are you? I just wanted to let you know that we finally moved in. Oh, hi, Barbara. I'm great, thanks. I hope you're well, too. That's great news. I feel like such a celebrity here. What a feeling. A celebrity? I didn't think our building was so special. I just think with these kinds of buildings, it's usually the rich and famous who live on the upper floors, isn't it? We're living on the 49th floor. It's almost the top floor. The 50th floor is the penthouse, but apparently it belongs to the owners of the building and they use the whole floor as a combined home and business premises. There isn't anyone else I know living on the 49th floor. I checked that today. So it looks like I'm the top of the pile when it comes to living in this building. That is, among my friends anyway. What do you mean, the top of the pile? Oh, you know. You can totally tell how rich people are by what floor they live on. Everyone knows the most expensive apartments are the top floor. Of course I know that, but what does it matter? You can't judge people by how much money they have or where they live. I can't? Why not? I think it does matter. I don't want my child associating with people that are below her. I've heard that the owners of this building don't want to encourage people to think that way. They don't like it when people act like there's some kind of hierarchy. It's quite a tight community. There are rules. If you get caught behaving like you're better than people on the lower floors, you might get into trouble. I think you should be careful what you say. Are you saying you're going to rat me out to the owners? What can they do anyway? We own this place. It's part of a condo, though. There are rules you have to sign up to as part of the homeowners association. Didn't you see them yet? No, my husband took care of all that. Well, you should know that it doesn't matter what floor you live on here. It's all equal. Oh dear, Alice. Actually, I think I should let you know. I expect that isn't true. It's probably just something they tell the poorer people living on the lower floors. Do you understand me? Out of all the families that use our kindergarten, my family is at the top of the heap. This is the proof. No one else's daughter is getting the elevator up this high. Our place is just as nice and fancy as the very top floor. It's probably better because it's just a home and not being used as an office or whatever. This is the big issue here. If you live in this building and you refuse to accept my rules, you'll probably find yourself in hot water one of these days. Don't forget that, okay?
Barbara, please don't make a huge thing out of this. I don't want to get into a dispute with my neighbors over something so ridiculous. Can you just let it go? You're not better than anyone else here. It shouldn't be so important what people think about you. I can't believe you're trying to make me afraid of you right now.
If this turns into a dispute, it'll be the fault of those living on the lower floors. There's only going to be a problem if they make it a problem.
No, I'm afraid that kind of attitude and way of thinking won't be accepted by the Homeowners Association here. There's no point in you trying to look tough in front of me.
I'm not trying to look tough, Alice. I'm just letting you know. I'm the boss from now on, and what I say goes. You'll see. Alice, I'd like to know what you meant by your greeting to me earlier today.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Do you mean when we met in the entrance hall this morning?
Yes, of course that's what I mean. What else could it be? All you said was morning. What kind of greeting is that? Don't you think you could be a little more polite towards me?
I'm sorry, I was running a little late. But I do think that's an acceptable greeting between ordinary acquaintances.
Ordinary acquaintances? Is that all you think I am to you? I am by no means an ordinary acquaintance to you, Alice. I thought I made it perfectly clear that I'm a very important person in this community.
Oh, do you think so?
What is that supposed to mean? Do I have to explain it all to you again? I am the owner of a top-floor apartment in the building. I'm practically a celebrity to you, and you should show me the kind of respect I deserve.
In my opinion, I showed you even more respect than you deserve. I took the time to say good morning to you while I was in a hurry to get my kids to school on time. I thought I explained all of this to you the other day as well. There's no such thing as a hierarchy in this building. All the owners are treated the same way. We treat everyone that lives here as though they are valued and respected neighbors. Everyone is considered equal.
Yes, you said that before. It's all nonsense. The other owners only tell the poor residents that because they want you to feel valued. The reality is different. The next time you see me in the entrance hall, I would like you to greet me properly. Stop whatever you are doing and inquire after my day and my family. That's true politeness. If we allow people from our generation to fail in these simple tasks, what will the next generation grow up to be? They're already lazy and stupid. They should at least learn manners from their elders. And this doesn't only apply to you. I expect this kind of behavior from all of my acquaintances in this building. So far, I haven't had any trouble getting the other moms from our kindergarten to treat me with proper respect. You're the only one who seems to be resisting me. I wonder why that is. Do you have an attitude problem?
I don't know whose children you think are lazy and stupid, but I can tell you that mine certainly aren't. And I don't think I'm the one with the attitude problem here.
Haven't you understood anything I've said to you?
No, I'm sorry. I don't understand you at all. There shouldn't be anyone following these rules you seem to have invented for yourself. I have to start work now, so let's leave it here. Bye for now, Barbara.
Don't ignore me!
Hey, honey. Sorry I'm still at work, but I'm leaving here soon. I found out some stuff about that friend of yours that moved into the building recently. You know, the one you said acts like she owns the place. I thought I'd text you the information now in case you're already asleep before I get home. We can talk about it tomorrow if you'd like.
Oh, what did you find out?
What did you say her name was? Barbara?
Yeah, that's right. Barbara Gordon.
Well, I know that she definitely lives in our building, but that's not the whole story.
What's the story?
She got a divorce and moved in with her new partner who was already living in our building on the 49th floor. So anything she said about her husband buying the place was probably a lie. Or she's embellishing the truth a little bit.
Her new partner? Did she remarry straight away then? How do you know this stuff?
My mom told me.
Your mom?
Yeah. She's the couple she's friends with on the 49th floor. They have a yoga group, but I'm pretty sure they just sit on the floor gossiping. I'm not sure how much yoga gets done. I just remembered a few days ago and asked her if she knew anything about it. Then today, she called me and gave me all the gossip. My mom works fast. I'm quite impressed.
Me too. She does a great job.
Hopefully this information will make life a bit easier. I'll have to thank her next time she calls. There's more, but I don't want to go into too much detail over text, so I'll tell you tomorrow, okay? Our mom said she might come round tomorrow, so she could probably tell you as well. You never know, she might have fresh information then. Oh, okay. I'll wait and see what she says tomorrow. I'm glad you thought of asking your mom. I would never have considered it. I hope you don't have to work too late tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm exhausted today, so I think I'll get an early night. Okay, sure. I'm glad I could help. I'll see you in the morning. Night. Good night. Excuse me, Alice. I've invited you to join my WhatsApp group for the kindergarten moms who live in this building. But you still haven't joined it. What's going on? I just didn't think it was necessary. I have a lot of other things to do with my time. You don't think it's necessary for us to share important information about our community? Oh, I do. I just didn't think joining your group chat was necessary. Are you still having trouble understanding how to act towards me? Let me remind you, I'm the absolute authority among the kindergarten moms in this building. I'm the top of the pile. You must listen to what I say and do what I tell you to do. Otherwise, you'll find yourself in a lot of trouble. If you want to be better than me and do what you want, then you should live on the 50th floor. But that's the building owner's place, and they've got the whole floor, so I guess that's impossible. But I do live on the 50th floor, in the penthouse, which is the whole floor, as you've said. What do you mean? I don't know why you're having a hard time understanding that, Barbara. My husband is the owner of this building, and I'm the head of the Homeowners Association. It was built by my father-in-law's construction company, which my husband is now CEO of. I don't think so. You live on the 3rd floor. I often see you getting out of the elevator there. You shouldn't tell lies to try and make yourself look better than you are. It's worse when people find out the truth. Maybe you should try taking your own advice, Barbara. My parents-in-law live on the 3rd floor, actually. The parents of your husband, who supposedly owns this building and is the CEO of a construction company, he lets his parents live on the 3rd floor of a tower block? And I'm supposed to believe that this father-in-law is the person he inherited his company from. You're not very good at making believable lies up, are you? You should just stop now. It's not that we let them live there. They choose to live there and we support them in their choice. They don't want to live any higher, because it's easier for my father-in-law to get around from the lower floors. He uses a wheelchair now. And my mother-in-law doesn't like heights. But it's like I told you. We don't judge people or their earnings by where they live in this building. Some of the apartments on the lower floors are larger and more expensive than the higher floors. I'm pretty sure my husband's parents' place is larger and nicer than the apartment you're living in. I wish you would stop talking about your husband as if this person really exists. Everyone at the kindergarten knows you're a single mother. And there's no way you could earn enough as a single mother to live in the penthouse of a tower block like this. I'm not single. Perhaps people might assume that because my husband is very busy and often away for work, so he doesn't make it to many parents' events. But I'm sure you'll meet him at some point. Oh, I see. Actually, while we're on the subject, I've been wondering why you think you have the right to talk about other people's married lives like this. What do you mean? I mean, you seem to think you're better than everyone else and you act like you're the best mother around. But I haven't actually seen you with your daughter for a while. And whenever I'm at the kindergarten to pick up my daughter, your daughter is being picked up by her nanny. What's going on there? There's nothing going on. I'm just too busy to go there myself. A lot of mothers prioritize working over picking up their kids in the middle of the afternoon. That's true, I guess. But I actually heard that you lost custody of your daughter in your recent divorce. Now, I'm not judging anyone for getting a divorce, but I don't think it's fair for you to come and live in this building and start acting like you're the boss of the kindergarten moms when technically you're not even one of them. According to my information, the person you're living with on the 49th floor isn't your husband. He's the guy you were cheating on your husband with. Did you pursue that guy on purpose because you wanted to live on the upper floors of a tower block and act like you're a celebrity all the time? Apparently, you couldn't wait to move in here. You were living in his house even before your divorce was finalized, weren't you? How do you know all this? Oh, I have my sources. I'm not suggesting it's my right to know everything that goes on here, but I know the right people if I want to get information. Or should I say that my husband does, because he's the one with all the contacts. That's an invasion of my privacy! How dare you! You better not go telling all of the kindergarten moms about this. I'm not interested in spreading gossip. I just want to make sure you're living by the rules of the Homeowners Association. Like I said, I'm the head of the committee, and as the wife of the building owner, I also have some responsibilities as his representative while he's not available. Your behavior has caused some problems, Barbara. What do you mean? I've had complaints from other residents about the way you insist everyone respects your position at the top of the so-called hierarchy. You can't just ignore the voices of the other owners here. I forwarded some of the information and complaints to my husband.
You can't do that! I haven't done anything wrong!
It's quite widely known among the residents here. But when my husband's parents were young professionals, they lived in an apartment building where people acted just like you. The people who lived in the expensive apartments on the top floors gave themselves airs and graces and acted as though they were above the building's rules. That's why when my father-in-law's company built this condominium, he would try to create a place where that wasn't allowed. He set up a homeowners association with the rules and regulations to try and protect the residents from people like you. My husband was brought up to believe in the same values of equality. So now that he's in charge, he's also committed to making sure it's a nice place to live for everyone. We were really enjoying the little community we had here until you showed up and started expecting people to treat you differently. Naturally, my husband and I are not impressed with you.
So what are you planning on doing about it? Don't pretend like you actually have any power over me. I bet you're just doing this out of spite because you don't like having to compete for the other mom's respect.
I have no desire to force the people who live here to respect me. I'm just doing what they've asked me to do as the building owner's representative. But my husband should have some time tomorrow, so I expect he'll call or visit you at your place and you can talk about your options. I don't want to overstep, so I'll leave it here. Goodbye, Barbara.
Wait, what's going to happen to me?
According to my mother-in-law's information, Barbara was living with a guy she was calling her husband, but they weren't actually married. She had just moved straight into his house after splitting up with her husband and filing for divorce. Apparently, this guy didn't know that she was married when they first started seeing each other, and he only found out when her divorce lawyer called and he answered her phone. I don't think it was a very pleasant surprise for him, although he might have been able to live with it if she hadn't been lying about it the whole time. Then, just a short time after he found out about her divorce and that she had a young daughter, this business with the homeowners association started getting serious. He obviously hadn't known how many complaints we were receiving about Barbara's attitude. That must have killed off the last of his affection for her, because they split up soon after and she moved out. Then he moved as well a few months later. He must have been embarrassed and worried that people were talking about him. But to be honest, I think after Barbara left, no one blamed him or even thought about it that much. After she was thrown out of her dream apartment, I think Barbara tried to move back in with her parents, but she wasn't allowed to stay there long either. The last I heard, she was working at a fast food chain and living in shared accommodation with some of the other restaurant staff. I'm pretty sure she just eats fast food constantly and stays in her room. But she's not that stupid. So maybe she can move up to being a manager one day. I sometimes drive past the restaurant to make sure she's still there and enjoying her life on the top of the pile. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content.
Sarah, I love you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life. Will you marry me?
Oh, my God. This isn't really happening, is it? I feel like this is a dream or something. Yes, yes, I will marry you. Oh, thank you so much, Kenneth. I have been waiting for this day for so long. I'm gonna treasure this moment forever.
I really don't know what to say right now. I can't believe you said yes. I should be the one thanking you. I promise that I'm gonna make you the happiest woman in the world. Thanks so much for accepting me. Let's start planning out our wedding together. I know that you've always had a dream wedding in mind. I'm gonna do everything I can to make your dream wedding come true. I know how much it means to you.
Oh, I still haven't managed to completely process what happened yet. This is the best day of my life. Yes, let's definitely plan out the wedding. I want to do it together with you, though. It's your wedding as well, after all. Let's make it a really special day for the both of us. I'm already looking forward to it so much.
Yeah, I still haven't managed to process this either. It's like I'm still in a dream. My legs are still shaking from the adrenaline. Can I put this ring on your finger then?
Yes, please do. That thing is so beautiful. It's so much nicer than anything that I could ever imagine. Oh, yeah, my hands are shaking too. It might be a little difficult for you to put it on.
I'm really looking forward to our future together. I've loved you for such a long time, and I'm so relieved that this has finally happened. I was so nervous for the past few weeks over this. I'm glad that it ended in a good way.
I can imagine you were nervous. You did a good job hiding it, though. Yeah, I am looking forward to our future together, too. This entire day was fantastic, by the way. The theme park, the restaurant, were both perfect. I'm definitely going to remember this day for the rest of my life.
I'm glad that you feel that way. This is gonna be in my memory forever, too. Wanna go for a walk outside together? There is so much that I want to talk about.
Yeah, a walk sounds nice. I think I need to calm down a little, too. Let's go.
Yeah, some fresh air would be nice, right? Let's go.
Sis, you're the worst. Oh my god, you are so horrible. I can't believe you tried to keep this all a secret, too. I never thought you would do anything this horrible to me. I'm your sister. I can't believe you could do this to me. This is taking things way too far, even for your standards. What do you think that you're doing, stealing my boyfriend? There's absolutely no way something like this should be okay to do. You are a thief, and you should be ashamed by what you've done.
Wait, you're really confusing me, Megan. What are you talking about all of a sudden? Stole your boyfriend? I did not do something like that at all. Could you please explain to me what you're talking about? I'm pretty sure you have the wrong person, or you're misunderstanding something.
Oh, stop pretending that you don't know what I'm talking about. I know that you're guilty of doing this. You're spreading the rumor that you are marrying my boyfriend, Kenny. He's my boyfriend, you know. I really can't believe that you have the guts to do something like this. You've even posted about this on social media, too. I never thought that you were the kind of person to do this. You're gonna get into so much trouble for this. Just you wait for it. I'm gonna make sure you regret doing this so damn much.
You're really starting to confuse me now. Have you gone crazy or something? I still don't know what you're accusing me of. One thing that I can say for sure is that I haven't stolen your boyfriend at all. I would never do something like that in the first place. I don't know what you're misunderstanding. Is this about me getting married to my boyfriend, Kenneth, soon?
That's exactly what I'm angry about. I can't believe that you have the audacity to try to get married to him. He's my boyfriend, you know. You can't steal him from me like this. What you're doing is so evil and terrible. Give him back to me right now. You're so evil for even attempting to do something like this to me.
What? Give him back? What are you talking about? You really aren't making any sense at all. He proposed to me, and we've been dating basically forever. He was never your boyfriend, and he never will be. You and Kenneth aren't seeing each other, right? What gave you this kind of idea in the first place? Are you drunk or something right now? That's definitely what it sounds like.
Did you just ask me what gave me this idea? You're the one that's crazy for asking me something like this. Are you doubting our love that we have for each other? He is the love of my life. We are destined to be together. He's the one that's meant to be with me. I decided a long time ago when I was a little girl that I was going to marry Kenny someday. It was always my dream to marry him. Then you came out of nowhere and tried to steal him from me. You're currently trying to destroy my dream I had since I was a little child. I started loving him way before you did.
I am not doing anything like that. What has gotten into you? You should read through the messages that you just sent me. Then you might realize just how insane you're sounding right now. Kenneth is my fiancé. We're getting married because we love each other. There's nowhere for you to fit in.
I'm not the insane one. It's you that's insane. I can see why you're misunderstanding this entire situation, though. You're the same age as Kenny. I give you that. You guys also spent a lot of time with each other because you always went to school together up until high school, but I am the one who promised to marry him first. We promised to marry many, many, many years ago. That's why you need to give up on marrying him. You also need to stop spreading these false rumors about your marriage with him right now. Also, stop posting pictures of you guys together on social media too. People are going to be tricked by your lie, and it's going to make this entire situation a huge mess. He is not getting married to you, after all.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this. Are you sure? Are we talking about the same guy here? Kenneth? You're still living with our parents right now, right? Kenneth and I are living together, very far away from where you are. This should be enough proof to show that I'm the one that's gonna marry him. We've both got jobs here, and we've been living together for a while now. It's physically impossible for you and Kenneth to be dating each other. At best, you get to see each other when he goes back to see his parents during the holidays or something. That just doesn't make sense at all. So, yeah, this is either a huge misunderstanding or you're going crazy. I am leaning toward you being crazy, being the actual reason. You should go get yourself checked out at the hospital if you're serious about all of this.
We have a long-distance relationship. It happens sometimes. It's more common than you would think. It really doesn't matter how many times we get to see each other. As long as we love each other, that's all that matters. Our love is so strong that it doesn't get broken even if we're living far away from each other. Kenny loves me more than you, Sarah. I know that for a fact. You really need to stop calling me crazy and realize that you're the one that's crazy. I want you to stop dating him and leave his place right now. I'm gonna take your place once you're gone.
And what makes you so convinced and confident that you're the one dating him then? Show me some proof. I'm pretty sure that he doesn't feel the same way about you at all. Also, there's absolutely no way I'm leaving this place. This is partly my house too, and I really like it here.
Well, because Kenny was always nice to me ever since I was little. He always spoiled me too. He was so kind and gentle on top of that. He even gave me whatever I wanted. All I had to do was ask him. He was always so sweet. That's more than enough proof to show that we're dating.
That's because you were such a spoiled brat since you were very young, and once you set your eye on something, you would never budge. We couldn't convince you any other way. Both Kenneth and I had a really hard time dealing with you all the time. He was only kind toward you because he didn't want you to start having a tantrum. Him being nice to you when you were little doesn't prove anything either. That all happened such a long time ago.
Well, things like this have happened more recently too, you know. Every time I went to visit there, around where you guys live, Kenny asked me out on a date. We've had some wonderful times together, you know. One time, he treated me to a nice dinner and even bought me a souvenir gift to take home to my parents. He's so sweet. Do you see what I'm talking about now? He loves me more than you. I am the one that he's gonna marry.
You were visiting this area, Megan? When was that? I didn't hear anything about this at all. Are you sure that you're not just making this up randomly?
I am not making this up at all. You just don't want to accept the reality, do you? I see him way more often than you think. It's not just during the holidays like you think it is. I actually see him pretty often. We've even been to theme parks and watched football games together on a date. This is just a clear sign that he's into me. So, yeah, I am dating him, and that's for sure. I am the girl who Kenny really loves. I am the main girl in his life. I know you are my sister, but I cannot compromise this. He is too important for me to give up. He probably doesn't see you as an important person at all, actually. If I were you, I'd just give up already.
This is the first I'm hearing about this. Kenneth never told me anything like that before. There's got to be some sort of misunderstanding, right? This just doesn't make any sense at all. He's not the kind of guy that would cheat on me like this either.
Well, he doesn't show his true side to you. I'm the one that he shows his true self to. There's absolutely no way he would tell this to you. Why would he tell you that he was actually in love with me instead of you? It wouldn't make sense at all for him to do that. You're not gonna trick me with your filthy lies. Kenny is so nice and sweet, so he probably didn't want to upset you. That's why you don't know about this.
Cheating on me with you? I am not gonna believe this at all. But I'm the one who is marrying him soon. It's official. We've already prepared everything and set out the invites too. I'm getting married to him whether you like it or not. Nothing that you say or do is gonna stop this from happening. I also want you to stop accusing him of something like this.
So you must have used some dirty tricks to get him into marrying you then? That's the only explanation for this. You must have told him something to manipulate him and force him into marrying you. I bet that he couldn't say no to you because he's so nice and caring. He's the complete opposite of you. You were always like that since we were young. You are manipulative and evil. You trick people into doing things you want. You're sly and gimmicky too. This is why I've hated you for the longest time. Everything that you do really pisses me off.
I definitely haven't manipulated or controlled him into this at all. In fact, he was the one that asked me to marry him. I also know that you don't like me that much, but I really don't know what to do about that. I've tried to be nice to you, but you never seem to want to accept me for some reason.
Wait, so you don't even realize your own slyness? That's even worse. You have a horrible personality and, oh, your looks suck too. I am a better fit for him since I have a great personality, I have beautiful looks, and I'm more than anything you could ever be. I'm also a lot younger than you too. That's always a plus too. So yeah, it means that I'm a much better woman for him overall. So for those reasons I just mentioned, please give up on marrying Kenny. You don't deserve him, as he's obviously way too good for you. And also, one more thing, please delete all the posts on your social media. All of them. I don't want people to think that you're going to be getting married to him.
You really need to calm down about this. I'm gonna go and check with Kenneth to see if any of what you're saying is true. I don't think we're gonna get anywhere if we keep on talking to each other like this after all. Kenneth, sorry to bother you so late at night. I just want to ask you a few questions. Would that be okay?
What happened? Is everything okay? I just got done with my overtime and got on the train back home. I can't talk to you over the phone, but I can send you messages.
You're going home now? It's already past 9 p.m., isn't it? You've been having to work so much overtime, haven't you? You seem really busy these days. You must be so tired.
Oh, it's not so bad. I'm just trying to put in as much work as I can now so that I can take time off for our wedding and honeymoon. I won't feel so bad taking a bunch of time off if I get the majority of my work done now, after all.
Thanks, Kenneth. I really appreciate all the hard work that you've been putting in for us.
Not a problem at all. Anything for you, of course. So, what did you need to talk to me about? What's going on?
Well, you are working so hard for our wedding and honeymoon, so I hate to bring something like this up. It's not like I'm doubting you or anything like that at all. It's just that, have you been in touch with Megan lately by any chance? Or have you been seeing her lately in person?
I haven't seen her in person for a pretty long time now. But I do hear from her like every day, pretty much. She sends me so many messages, and I don't really know what to do about it at times. I only reply when I can, and that's not often at all, but she continues to send me messages in a row.
So you guys do kind of keep in touch then? Well, Megan told me that she is the one getting married to you, Kenneth. She texted me earlier and demanded that I give you back to her. She told me that you were gonna marry her instead of me. She said that she came to visit here several times, and every time she came, you took her out on a date. How much of what she's saying is actually true? Do you know what she's talking about at all?
A date? Is that really what she said? Wait, hold on. It's not like that at all. I wouldn't call those dates at all.
So you did do something together with her then? That part is true? Has she been troubling you in any way at all? She can be a pretty difficult person to deal with at times.
Well, I guess she can be a little troubling at times. She always lets me know when she comes to visit this area. She always sends me a list of places like theme parks and cafes that she wants to go to. She messages me like every single time, so I thought she was coming to visit with friends or something. So anyway, I replied to her just once, and I told her that I hope she had a good time over there. After I told her that, she appeared at our doorstep the next morning. It was really creepy, if I'm totally honest with you.
Wait, what? Did something like that really happen?
Yeah, she really showed up in front of me the next day. All I did was send her just one single text message. She said she took an all-night bus or something. However, I had to go to work, so I told her I couldn't see her during the day and I left for work. I completely thought that she had gone home, but when I got done with work and I stepped out of the office, she was waiting for me in front of my office. I didn't even know that she knew where I worked. I certainly have never told her about it, so she must have found out about it from someone else. Anyway, since she is my childhood friend, I asked her if she wanted to grab some dinner or something. It seemed like she had waited all day for me after all. I also didn't think that she would go home if I didn't talk and spend at least a little bit of time with her.
I'm sorry she made you go through an experience like this. I'm guessing that this day is what she is calling a date?
Well, I had no intention of going out on a date with her at all. It wasn't like that at all. She is just a childhood friend, and we just went there to eat, that was it. We all grew up together after all. I always had the role of taking care of her, so she's just like a younger sister to me.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm not accusing you of anything at all. I just wanted to hear what really happened from your mouth. I don't think you're the type of person to cheat on me. I just wanted to get to the bottom of this, as Megan was saying some really crazy things to me.
Cheat on you? This really isn't anything like that at all. She's the one that's constantly texting me and approaching me. Of course I would never cheat on you, Sarah. I could never do that to you. You are too important to me. I've always had my eyes on you since we were in middle school, Sarah. You're the most important person in my life, and you always will be. I had a crush on you for more than a decade before I finally managed to start dating you. I wouldn't do anything to risk ending this relationship with you.
Oh, Kenneth, you are making me blush now. I know that you're not cheating on me. I trust you completely. I also know that she's the one that's causing us all this trouble. She thinks that she's the one that's going to be marrying you for some reason.
Wait, she thinks that I'm going to marry her? How did she end up coming to a conclusion like that? It doesn't make any sense. I just want you to know that you're the only person I have my eyes on. I was fuming inside when I watched you date other guys throughout middle school, high school, college. I just want you to know that there is no way I would ever cheat on you. It's just not possible at all.
Oh, Kenneth, you're so sweet. I feel so loved. I'm sorry that I even had to question you because of something that Megan said to me.
It's not like I had anything going on with Megan in the past either. I have no idea why she's making a misunderstanding like this. Also, she should know that I only have feelings for you too. I've talked to her in the past about you, actually. I asked her for some advice on how I would be able to make you fall in love with me. I think that clearly shows that I have feelings for you and not her.
Oh, so you've talked to her about something like that too? I have a strange feeling that she took that in the wrong way, though. I think she might have thought that you talking to her was a sign or something. She's really twisted, and she tends to twist stories into her liking. Maybe she thought that you were hitting on her or something.
You think so? Although I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case, actually. She's that kind of person after all. Come to think of it, when we were really little, she was making me play house with her basically all the time. She made me play the role of her husband every single day, and she always started crying when I tried to leave. Maybe she's had an interest in me for a really long time.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. She's been even more crazier than usual recently, though.
I'm glad that we could talk about this now, though. It was a little awkward for me, too. She is your little sister, so it wasn't like I could completely ignore her. Should I say something to her, do you think? I don't really want to make her angry or upset. Who knows what she's gonna do?
Yeah, I think you should avoid contacting her. If you contact her, she'll probably get out of control again. She'll also interpret everything the way she wants as well. It's definitely gonna make things worse, I think. Would it be okay if I ask you not to reply to any of Megan's messages from now on? Actually, could you delete her contact altogether? I think that might be easier for you. I know that's a difficult ask, as you've known her for such a long time too, but I really think that this is the best thing to do for now.
It's okay. I think that this is the best move for now as well. Hopefully she'll realize that I'm not interested in her at all once she stops receiving messages from me completely.
I'm really sorry that she's putting you through all this trouble. It must have been difficult for you to deal with her constant messages and craziness.
I should be the one apologizing to you for not noticing how she feels towards me sooner. I should have handled it better. You and Megan are sisters, and we were all childhood friends. I really thought she only liked me like a big brother. I thought that she wanted my attention and wanted me to take care of her because we're like siblings. I guess I was completely wrong about that.
I thought the same way as you up till recently, but I've realized that even though she's family, she needs to be distanced. It's better if we keep some distance from Megan moving forward so she doesn't try to destroy our marriage. After we get married, we'll all be family, but let's just see her during the holidays and for special occasions. Let's keep a friendly distance from her.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan, actually. I'd rather avoid her causing trouble, especially before our wedding.
Thanks for being so understanding. Be careful going home.
Thanks, Sarah. Let me know if she causes you any more trouble, too.
Yeah, likewise. Tell me if she tries to do anything weird to you. I really hope that she doesn't make this into an even bigger problem. Hey, Megan! I can't believe you've done this! You need to delete your social media post right away and stop spreading false rumors to our local friends in our hometown. Everyone around us is really getting confused because of what you've done.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sarah. Please, don't contact me if you don't have anything to say to me.
Oh, don't play dumb with me. You should know exactly what I'm talking about right now. You're spreading the word that I'm trying to steal Kenneth from you and force my way into marrying him? You're spreading false information like this online, aren't you? A lot of my friends and family have been contacting me to ask me what's happening. You're making it sound like I am an evil woman. Please stop this right now.
It's not false information at all. Everything that I've said is all the truth. You really are a very evil woman. I'm glad that everyone is finally starting to realize that fact. Kenny is going to be marrying me, and you know that. Stop making this difficult for all of us. Just give him back to me.
Kenneth told me there was nothing going on between you and him. All that happened was you invited yourself and visited him without his permission. That doesn't mean that you guys went on any dates. Also, you just bombarded him with messages. That doesn't mean you guys were dating or anything. You were just being a huge nuisance to him.
You're just saying that because you're really jealous of me.
Oh yeah, those were very special dates for sure. He said he would cherish me and protect me forever. Those dates were the most romantic moments of my life. You can't just suddenly try to erase those precious memories. He only said that he would protect you and cherish you forever when you guys were playing house as little kids. I also know that you made him say those lines back then. You really need to stop all this right now. You've managed to involve so many people in your stupid little lie now.
I am not making anything up. Stop accusing me of being a liar. Kenny is marrying me, and I know it. He is my boyfriend, and he loves only me. I am the better fit for him, as I'm way cuter than you. I know that he likes cute and younger girls. Give him back to me already. You're the one that needs to give up and stop already.
You should stop being so delusional and get a grip of yourself. You're completely in your own world right now. The undeniable fact is that you have never dated him in the past. The dates that you claim to have gone on with him was just you coming over without being invited. You forced him to hang out with you. You guys barely ever see each other, too. I live with him. It's very clear that I'm the one that's dating him.
Well, that's the reason why I haven't been able to see him much. It's not like I don't want to see him. I love to go on more dates with him if possible. I am just limiting myself right now because we have a long-distance relationship. Once we get married, we're going to be spending so much time together anyway. I have so many things planned for us. He's going to take me to Paris with him on a romantic vacation. Then we're going to go to Disneyland together and have dinner at a nice hotel restaurant by the seaside. We're also going to go on a backpacking trip across India, too. We're going to go discover our true selves together. I have an entire list of things planned once we get married.
What are you talking about? Do you still not understand what I'm trying to tell you? He's not dating you or getting married to you. Nothing that you have planned out is ever gonna happen.
Oh, just shut up already. I am the one that's gonna be laughing at the end of this. I am the one that's gonna kiss him at the altar. Also, you did something to his phone, didn't you? You must have taken it from him or something so that he couldn't contact me. Give it back to him right now so that I can talk to him.
I have no idea what you're going on about. I don't have his phone.
You know what I'm talking about. When I message Kenny, he doesn't even read them, let alone reply to me. You must have blocked my contact on his cell phone without him knowing, or taken his phone from him completely. You're such a controlling and twisted woman after all.
He didn't do anything like that at all. He's the one that decided to stop staying in contact with you. He's no longer replying to you because he decided to keep distance from you. He thinks that you're crazy, and he doesn't want you making any more misunderstandings.
That is not true. You've tricked him into thinking that, haven't you? You can't just get rid of what's inconvenient to you just like that. Stop trying to destroy my and Kenny's relationship.
Megan, you need to come to your senses and face the truth. You are putting Kenneth in a difficult spot by doing this to you. If you're going to stay out of control like this, we won't invite you to her wedding either. Is that clear to you?
There's no need to invite me because there will be no wedding between you guys anyway. You're the one who's getting out of control. You're being delusional thinking that you're still gonna get married to him. You are splitting me and Kenny apart so that you can force your way into Kenny's life and steal him from me. If you plan on going ahead with this wedding, I have an idea too. I am not gonna hold back and let you do as you please.
An idea to stop our wedding? You better not try to do anything stupid. We've spent a lot of time and money preparing our dream wedding. It's gonna be a very special day for the both of us. Don't you dare try to do anything stupid to ruin it.
I have an important duty to protect Kenny from you. I have to do what I have to do so that he won't fall into the hands of a villain like you, Sarah. Kenny is mine, and he's going to be mine forever. I'll do anything to prevent you from marrying Kenny. I won't let you hurt him. I have to protect him, as you know that I'm the girl that he really wants to be with.
I don't know what you plan on doing, but stop right now. You're just gonna make the situation even worse for yourself. Actions have consequences, and you're gonna be punished if you try to do anything stupid. If you ever do anything to make Kenneth sad, or anything to give him trouble, I won't forgive you. I am the one getting married to Kenneth. I am the one that he proposed to. You need to give up right now. You're all like a little sister to him, Megan. Do not disappoint him any more than you already have.
Good morning, Sarah. Big day today, isn't it? The weather is absolutely horrendous today. It's forecasted to stay like this for the rest of the day, too. It's like God is trying to stop you from having this wedding as it was never meant to actually happen in the first place.
Please be quiet. I'm busy, so don't talk to me if you don't have anything important to say. I'm leaving for the wedding venue right now. I'm busy getting ready, so if you're going to give me a hard time, it's gotta wait till later. Also, Mom and Dad are gonna be watching over you today at the wedding. Don't do anything stupid as you're gonna be stopped.
Don't do anything stupid? Like what? All I'm trying to do is to rescue a prince taken in hostage. I'll rescue him from a wicked witch, no matter what. I know for sure that he doesn't want this wedding to actually happen.
A prince in hostage? A wicked witch? Are you being serious? You've really gone insane, haven't you? I've made sure to have some security keep watch on you too. I never should have allowed you to come in the first place.
Nobody is going to be able to stop me. I won't allow you to marry my boyfriend. It's definitely not going to happen. I've already completed my plan. There's no way you can get married now. I burned the pure white dress that you were planning to wear. It was never going to suit you in the first place anyway.
I'm not wearing a dress. I was never planning on wearing a white dress today either.
What are you talking about? You're just pretending to act strong, right? I know that you actually want to cry right now. Wait, are you really not wearing a dress? Wait! I am not falling for this lie. There was a pure white dress in the bride's dressing room at the wedding venue. The white dress that you were meant to wear, right?
The bride's dressing room? How did you get in there? Guests shouldn't be allowed to go inside that room.
I just snuck in there when there wasn't anyone else around. It was pretty easy for me to get inside.
So you went inside without any permission at all? And you said you burned a dress as well? Oh my god, what have you done? I am not wearing a wedding dress, so it must have been someone else's. I'm wearing an ethnic outfit for the wedding. I only have a colored dress to change into after my ceremony. Whose wedding dress was it that you burned?
How the heck do I know? You're just playing a trick on me, right? It was meant to be your dress. I just burned a white dress that was on the bride's room. That's all I did. And what do you mean you're not wearing a wedding dress? It's a wedding. Surely you must wear a dress for it.
I'm only wearing a colored evening dress at the reception. For the ceremony, I'm wearing an ethnic costume that I picked out. Not everyone gets married in a white wedding dress, you know?
What in the world? Are you really wearing an ethnic costume for your wedding? Then what does that mean I've done?
You know that Kenneth has always been interested in different cultures and ethnicities, right? I've always shared similar interests as him when I was young. That's why we decided that we'd get married in some unusual clothing. He used to put on plays as soldiers from different countries. You know that too, right?
Yeah, but I never would have expected you guys to wear weird stuff on your wedding day. So, the ethnic costume is what you're wearing?
Oh, who knows what you've done. The fact that you didn't even know this shows that you're never gonna be marrying him anyway. You better go and explain what has happened to the wedding venue staff immediately. You're gonna be in so much trouble for this.
Wait, so whose dress was it? The one that burned to ashes? There's no way I'm gonna go hand myself in. That would be such a stupid thing to do. You're the one that tricked me into doing this. It's all your fault. I thought that it was your dress that I was burning.
The venue we're using has us and another couple booked for today, so... Did you go to the other bride's dressing room, perhaps? OMG, what have you done, Megan? You didn't even check for the name on the door? Weren't you paying any attention at all? Also, why in the world are you trying to blame this on me? Even if it were my dress that you burned down, that would still be a terrible thing to do.
I thought you were the only one getting married today. How the heck was I meant to know that there were other people getting married?
Tell the staff at the venue right away that you burned the dress. They need to know about this as soon as possible. What have you done? You've ruined another bride's dress completely.
It's all your fault. I didn't do anything wrong because I had no idea about any of this. It's all your fault, Sarah. You made me do this.
You did it yourself. How the heck can you blame me? You burned down someone's wedding dress intentionally.
This wouldn't have happened if you didn't steal Kenny from me in the first place. That's the reason why we're even in this situation right now.
Oh, shut up already. Enough, Megan. Drop this nonsense right now. Kenneth is marrying me. Me! Make no mistake about it. He has been in love with me ever since we were in middle school. He has loved me all these years, Megan. You're just like a little sister to Kenneth. We are childhood friends. That's all the feelings he has for you, Megan. You're not a kid anymore. Stop playing house already. The playtime is over. If you keep acting up like this, we're both gonna cut you out of our lives completely.
But Kenny took me out on so many dates. He is so sweet to me. He always listened to me, and he gave me whatever I wanted. He loves me so much that I can't be sure about. There's just no way that I can give up on him. I'm not gonna lose out on him no matter what.
He gave you what you wanted when we were kids because you didn't listen to anyone when you were a kid. You always had to have your way with everything. So he had given up on reasoning with you a long time ago. It was no use trying to fight you or reason with you. You just don't listen to any of us after all. You don't know how many times I had to give up on my favorite toys because you never stopped crying till you got what you wanted. You demanded everything and you didn't take no for an answer. You just clung on to them and never let go. As far as those dates, you only invited yourself and took him around as you pleased. Kenneth had no choice but to go along with it. He really doesn't love you or have any romantic feelings toward you at all. Kenny is mine. He belongs to me. I've loved him since I was a tiny little girl, and he's loved me for just as long. Stop trying to take away what's mine. Has Kenneth ever told you that he loved you? Can't you see that it's your imagination? Or did he ever ask you out? Did he ever initiate it himself? It was always you, wasn't it? You just showed up at his doorstep every single time. Did he ever discuss marriage with you once when we were grown up? You know, as adults? No, he hasn't. We're all adults now. Things are different to back then. You can't just have everything that you want. It doesn't work like that anymore. Well, he's never said those words to me exactly, but he's a man. And men are like that, right? They don't talk that much. I can still feel that he loves me and cares for me, even though he doesn't say those things out loud. Kenneth isn't like that at all. He is very forward and honest in expressing his love to me. He tells me how he feels about me almost every day. He doesn't ever hold back. He even embarrasses me sometimes by how straightforward he is. If he hasn't expressed his love toward you, then it means that he doesn't love you. What? You're just making this up as you speak. I don't believe you at all. I am not making anything up. I am the one who's marrying him. This is a fact that nobody can change. Not you, not anyone. Your playing house was over way back in preschool. Now, grow up and go apologize for what you've done. It's time you look at reality. Stop being delusional already. You got out of control and burned someone else's dress. Do you realize just how awful that is? You've ruined somebody's precious day. You need to take responsibility for your actions no matter what. You need to make it up to them. Moving forward, Kenneth and I plan to have as little to do with you as possible. Please don't come visiting us without our permission ever again. So now you guys are just gonna cut me out? This is so unfair. What did I ever do to deserve this kind of treatment? It's just not fair at all. Also, the other people aren't gonna find out about this. I'll be long gone before they have their wedding. They're probably having their ceremony after your one, right? Actually, I think they have multiple wedding halls at this venue. I'm pretty sure they're going to be having their wedding at the same time as ours. The bride and groom should be arriving at the venue just around now. Tell the staff members. Hurry. Find them and tell them. The wedding dress is for her wedding ceremony if it's the white one, so it's the dress she needs to put on first. She would need it right away. Don't ever even think of running away from there. Tell them what you did. You need to take responsibility for what you've done. You're an adult now. Don't cause any more trouble to anyone else. You stay there and take care of it. Do you understand? If not, I'm going to have to report you to the wedding venue staff myself. Why does it have to end up like this? This was not my intention at all. I can't believe it. I better get out of here before people start finding out what happened. You better not tell anyone about this at all. Also, you better leave Kenny alone as well. He's mine! Help me. Sis, I need your help. You need to pick up the phone right now. I am in so much trouble and I need you to do something about it. Dad told me that the police came to their house. They were looking for me. He is so mad at me and is asking where I am. I can't tell him. What do I do? He was shouting and screaming at me over the phone. I am so scared. Well, the dress you burned was custom made, with expensive material and embellishments, and it turns out that it cost $25,000 in total to make. Of course, the bride got super upset and reported it to the police. That's understandable. Not only did you destroy and ruin their dress, you also ruined their dream wedding ceremony. I heard that their ceremony didn't go according to plan at all, as the bride was crying and didn't have anything to wear. They didn't get nice photos like they had planned, and the whole ceremony had to be carried out in a terrible mood. $25,000? Really? For just a wedding dress?
Unbelievable. That's such a waste of money for something like that. I can't believe they reported me to the police over this.
It's one of the biggest events of their lives. I can totally see people spending that much. The damage that you caused them is way more than that figure, too. You ruined their wedding day, for goddamn sake. You better be ready to pay them back when they sue you for all of this. Thanks to you running away from the scene that day, we ended up having to apologize profusely to the other couple and their families. So you made the day really difficult for us, too. They were really nice and understanding, and after I explained the situation to them, they said it was only your doing, so you were to blame. And they didn't pursue it any further or tell us to take the responsibility or anything. They didn't say anything like that, which was nice. However, they did tell us that they were not going to have any mercy towards you. I'm happy that they ended up managing to go through with their wedding, though. The groom managed to cheer up the bride, and they ended up having a great wedding, regardless of what you did.
So, you're telling me that they even managed to have the wedding, but they're still reporting me to the police? Oh my god, everyone is completely overreacting about all of this.
No, it's not overreacting. Far from it. You deserve to be arrested by the police for what you did, and you also need to pay the couple back for all the damages that you caused. You burned a super expensive wedding dress and ran off. Do you not realize just how horrible that is? It's a real crime, and you've got to pay the consequences of your actions.
What's gonna happen to me now then? Do I go to jail over something like this?
Well, you will be arrested, and you probably will be sued in civil court for damages and emotional pain and stuff. So you will need to serve for your crime. You will have to pay them back for the damage. The amount that you're going to have to pay back is going to be way more than $25,000, especially if you don't hire a lawyer to help you out.
But I didn't mean for things to end up like this. I also have no idea about any of this. I don't have the money to hire a lawyer or anything. I also know nothing about this stuff. Where do I even start?
The bride and groom are really nice people. They're very patient and understanding, and the staff members tried really hard for them, so luckily they were able to secure another custom-made dress right away. So she rented it and wore it at her wedding, thankfully. If you go apologize to them directly right now and show them how sorry you are, they might go a little bit easy on you, but still you burned the dress that she hand-selected and she had designed to her liking in every detail. So you better embrace the consequences regardless of the decision that they make. What you have destroyed is tremendous. You know, not just financially, but emotionally too, which is understandable. This is a wedding dress we're talking about. It was a moment that they were going to treasure forever, you know? Now that moment is gone because of what you did.
Please help me, sis. I need you to help, please. What do I do? As I told you earlier, I know nothing about this stuff. I need you to start off by helping me find and pay for a lawyer.
I told you from now on, Kenneth and I will only have the minimal contact with you. There's absolutely no way I'm getting caught up in any of your mess.
Well, this is the necessary minimum. I really could do with your help right now. Also, I have done nothing wrong this time. It's not my fault, so I should be getting some help.
What are you talking about? This is 100% your fault. You should handle it yourself. You got yourself into this mess. The more you run away, the more harsh your punishment will be. So yeah, I'd start by making an apology first and turning yourself into the police. That's the best thing that you can do in this situation you're in. That is all I can tell you.
I only work part-time, though. I don't make that much money. There is no way I can pay for a $25,000 dress. That's outrageous. I also can't hire a lawyer or anything.
What are you talking about? There is no way it's $25,000.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Hold on a minute. I knew it. How could it be, right? How could a single dress cost $25,000, right? I thought it sounded ridiculous. There's no way it's actually that much. I owe them a lot less than that, right? That's what you're about to say.
That is not what I was about to say at all. You better expect to pay more for this. More like $70,000 total? Easily, if not more.
$70,000? What in the world are you talking about? That is such a ridiculous amount of money. Why in the world would the total come out to some ridiculous number like that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
That is the cost for the custom-made dress and for the emotional pain and suffering you caused. Think about it. You nearly destroyed their wedding, which was supposed to be the best day of their lives. The fire you caused also damaged some of the venue and other items in the room. You also ran away without handing yourself in, and it's been 3 days already. So you will be looking at some amount like that in total. That is the conservative estimate, too. I'd expect to pay a lot more if I were you.
Wait, I can't. I don't see any way I could ever pay that much. I can never pay for some big amount like that. Seriously, where am I going to get that kind of money? Why am I getting punished this much over just a wedding dress?
It means that wedding dresses carry that much importance, you know? Weddings are sacred and precious. In case you didn't know. For God's sake, you're not a kid anymore. You are a grown woman, and you single-handedly managed to ruin someone else's wedding because of your delusions and selfishness. The least you can do is to be punished properly. You get what you deserve. None of this would have happened if you had just accepted the fact that Kenneth was never interested in you.
Well, let me contact Kenny. He will surely want to help me out. He will help me for sure. I know it. He's going to marry me instead of you, and he's going to save me from this mess. He is my prince, and he's going to pay for all of this.
By the way, I have a message from Kenneth for you. He told me that he never wants to see or talk to you for the rest of his life. He was disgusted by your actions over the past few days. He said that he's blocking your number and that he's going to report you to the police if you ever try to approach him. That's what he said. He wanted me to relay the message to you. So, is that clear to you now? You're not allowed to contact or approach him anymore. If you do, you're going to get into even more trouble.
You're lying. He would never cut me off like that. He loves me. He's my prince. And I really need him to come save me right now.
Okay, I'm done talking to you. I've wasted enough time already. You need to excuse me, but I have to get ready for my honeymoon. We're leaving this weekend. I'm really busy, so you just give up, Megan, and go to the police and turn yourself in. This is my last piece of advice for you. And also, just in case you hadn't heard this yet, Mom and Dad won't help you either, Megan. They are appalled at what you did, as much as Kenneth and I are. And they said that they're going to kick you out of the house, too. So you take responsibility for what you've done on your own. There's nobody that's going to be on your side anymore.
Wait, are you saying that I will have to live on my own from now on? By myself? Without anyone helping me? I can't do that. Mom and Dad aren't really gonna kick me out, are they?
You are a grown-up. You speak English. You can find a job. You can be on your own. No reason why you can't. You will make it, somehow. Now grow up and start taking responsibility for your actions. You need to apologize and do the very best you can do to make it up to the bride and groom. Do you understand? Well, goodbye then. Take care of yourself, Megan. This is the last time we ever talk.
Wait, sis, please, wait. Please help me. I need you to help me. I can't do this all by myself. I do regret burning the dress. I'll also say sorry for what I did, so please don't leave me all by myself. That's all I ask of you. I can't live on my own. Please, help. Someone just tell me what to do so that you'll forgive me, please.
We heard that Megan got arrested and got sued in a civil court as well. That was expected. However, what happened after that was beyond what any of us expected. Megan ended up owing close to $70,000 for what she had done. She had no way of repaying that money, so she started off by borrowing some money from a very sketchy group of people. Megan paid off all the money that she owed to the bride and the wedding venue. However, it all started to go downhill for her from there. The group of people that she had borrowed the money from were criminals, and they repeatedly approached her asking her to pay back the money with ridiculous interest rates. They threatened and shouted at her to give the money back, but she didn't have the money, so they decided to use her to help out with their crimes. She was used by the group as a disposable member.
She was forced to do a lot of the dirty work of the group. Her main job was to dispose of the evidence for the group after a crime. One day, the group suddenly handed her a suitcase and told her to dispose of it. It smelled really bad, but they wouldn't tell her what was inside. All they did was tell her to go throw it in the ocean somewhere far away. After they left her with the suitcase, she took a peek inside as she was curious, and she found a corpse of someone. That was the moment when she finally snapped and she realized that she could no longer take this kind of life anymore. She immediately turned herself into the police and was arrested and questioned. She ended up being sentenced for 10 years in prison for assisting various crimes. I can't believe that she ruined her life completely. She really was a lot crazier than I thought. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.